Hello Banu, in this screencast I'm going to give you feedback to last week's summary. Let's start. In his speech, okay good, I think you need to include the title of the video. Jeff Bezos, okay good, argues that, that's a good use of a reporting verb, everything comes with overhead. Everything comes with overhead, comma, anything cannot be perfect. This is not very grammatical. Anything cannot be perfect before you start. And will pieces, okay, what does that mean? And will pieces that you don't like. Yeah, this is kind of ungrammatical, so I'm not very sure what this is saying actually. So I definitely need to rephrase this to make it more clear. The main idea, I guess, it's a very descriptive video. So what you can do here, just try to think of an argument, even if there isn't one. What would be the implied argument? You can say something like, Jeff Bezos argues that in order to be successful, future entrepreneurs or business owners need to follow certain recommendations or something like that. Or Jeff Bezos argues that the recommendations he gives are important if business owners want to succeed in their projects or something like that, right? This everything comes with overhead. Here I kind of understand what you're talking about. He was talking about that in every job there is an aspect that you do not like, but that's more of a supporting idea. That's also a supporting idea. And here anything cannot be perfect before you start. I'm not sure what that even says, but again it's probably one of the supporting ideas. So the main idea, just say that his argument is that business owners need to follow his recommendations or something like that. The recommendations he is about to give are important if business owners want to succeed in their projects, something along these lines. Okay, using a personal example from his Amazon pathway. Okay, I like the ing phrase, a very good use of dependent clause, very nice. I'm not sure about the word choice, Amazon pathway, comma. He claims that, okay, good, you are responsible for yourself. Okay, comma, it is your choice. Here, this is a comma splice. And what that means is you have tried to combine two independent clauses with just a comma, and that doesn't work. You need maybe something like a conjunction, or something like because, or just a semicolon, or even a full stop. It's up to you. But a comma cannot combine two independent clauses like that. So using a personal example from his Amazon, again, you would want to choose a more clear word here. He claims that, again, you, I'm not very sure about you and yourself. Who is you? I think more precise word choice instead of these pronouns would be better. Again, you've used that quite a lot actually. If you do want to use a pronoun, I think we and us, because we are the audience, that is better than you and yourself. But I think that the best way to do that is to use a very precise word choice. Business entrepreneurs or future business owners or managers, because that's the type of audience he addresses, right? He just doesn't address the whole world, and you is just not really appropriate. He claims that, again, you want to fix that, you're responsible for yourself, and that's it. That would be a semicolon. It is Okay, let's stick with a pronoun because otherwise the whole sentence structure will go completely awry. So it is our choice who we want to be. And yeah, it's just so many of those. It's more like a speech now. It doesn't really read like an academic summary, this one. It's just too many pronouns here. It reads almost like a letter, you know. And we should reflect on our positive aspects of our work. It's just so many pronouns here. It's just way too many. I would just make it a little bit more impersonal. That's part of academic language. A little bit more impersonal. So I could say like one of his recommendations is that, using his example from Amazon, one of his recommendations is that business owners need to become responsible for their own choices and they need to reflect on the positive aspects of their work life. Okay, something like that. What are the supporting ideas he gives? He offers tips. So one by one, we can just list the tips without mentioning his grandfather, which is an example. Remember, we stay away from examples in this paragraph. We will use the examples later on in the evidence paragraph, but for now we just stay away from them. So just try to state the supporting ideas as clearly as possible. I like this reporting verb, so you can just say simply. Further, Bezos contends. Actually, contend would be used in another context, but anyways, I like the effort. I appreciate the fact that you're trying to use different reporting verbs. That's a good thing. That having a passion is a gift that gives freedoms and purpose in life, and life purpose. Okay, fine, but not everyone can catch it. Yeah, I don't know what that means. Catch what? Catch the passion just doesn't work here. So the word choice needs to be a little bit more precise. But not everyone can catch it. Semicolon. Being resourceful can help to find. Yeah, okay, so that's a completely different idea. So the best way to do that, split those two into two different sentences. So another recommendation Bezos gives is for business owners is to have a passion which can help give direction and purpose in their business project. That's it, full stop. Additionally, he recommends to business owners to be more resourceful in order to be able to find solutions to their problems, something like that, right? So this is actually good, but I would separate the two sentences because these are really two different supporting ideas. And here this is quite vague. Can catch what, right? He emphasizes that adversity is good because it teaches us how to get back to what? And when you choose hard things, you are proud of yourself. This sentence up to here is quite good. It teaches us how to maybe overcome difficulties, something like that. But how to get back is a little vague. So maybe how to overcome difficulties. Here you want to rephrase that. And when you choose hard things, you're proud of yourself. Okay. Yeah, he did mention that you need to not rest on your old laurels. You shouldn't be satisfied with the gifts you have, but you should work hard to improve yourself. You should choose to work hard in order to improve yourself in your company, something like that. Yeah, because hard things is just very general word choice. Even if he mentions it, it's just too general. Hard things, that could be anything, right? He mentions, now usually we use the present. He mentions Amazon's history of development as an example. Again, we stay away from examples, right? of paradigm, small things get big. Okay, so we stay away from examples. And we just focus on the supporting idea. Another important tip he gives is for future entrepreneurs is when you start a company, you need to start small. That's it. And let the company expand naturally, right? Small things get big. Okay, that's fine, but what does that mean here? This paradigm, small things get big. In the summary, you just want to make it sound a little bit more academic, less informal, less like a speech and more like an academic summary. So this word choice is very informal, even though that's what it says. To contend that perseverance and hard work bring results. This is very good here. So I guess what you can do is another recommendation Bezos gives to future entrepreneurs is to start small and let the company expand naturally. That's what he's talking about. Start small. Don't expect big results at the beginning, but big results will come through hard work and perseverance, right? Something like that. And then you will avoid this, the whole example thing, right? At the end of the video, Jeff Bezos maintains that if you want to be a successful person, you need to stay focused on your work, but at the same time you need to have a bigger vision. Okay, that's fine. Again, I would just make it a little bit more impersonal, but this is quite clear. As a conclusion, it's nice, it's a good way, it's a takeaway, it's a good way of wrapping up the whole thing. So the conclusion is quite good. Yeah, I would just say, I guess, make it a little bit more academic and stay away from examples and from these personal pronouns and focus a little bit more on the terminology. He was talking about, for instance, when you start a company, you need to think about your customer needs, not about your competitors. So could use a little bit more business terminology because that's what he's talking about. The you is a very specific you. Future entrepreneurs, managers, business owners, people who want to start a company, right? Those kinds of people. So it should read more like a business message rather than a letter of like a motivational speech, because this whole paragraph makes it sound like a motivational speech, which it partly is, but in your summary we want to focus on the supporting ideas, and this is all about business, right? So mention consumers, competitors, name these stakeholders directly. Another recommendation Jeff Bezos gives to future entrepreneurs is the importance of hard work. Something like that. Perseverance and hard work can bring great results, okay? So you could include some of your wording, but make it more kind of businessy, right? Because again, in our summaries, we're very precise. Academic language is always precise. You need to give it more of a business context, because that's what it's about, okay? But you've used good reporting verbs. You've tried to use your own words. Right? So there's quite a few good things you've done here. The cohesive devices are quite good. Overall, the structure is pretty clear. You're starting with the first sentence. Argues that, very nice. Just maybe here a phrase here and there. But overall, other than the style, I can see you have a pretty solid foundation for your summary. So in the exam, just try to be a bit more academic and you should be fine. From now on, I will be giving feedback to your evidence paragraph. So this is the last feedback I'm giving to a summary. So good luck.